All right, UPA week 3. So this week, so first of all, on the screen you can see up there the 8 ball match. Ignore that. That's that one 8 ball match I was talking about that I just didn't care. I showed up to be a person. Um, so 9 ball, week 3, another win. So I'm still at 100% win, 3 for 3. I played a 6, and I was a 7. And as a six versus seven, it was a 5-4 race. The guy that I played, he shot pretty good. He uh, he did save me a couple of times. It actually I ended up winning it 5-2. Um, I think 5-2. Yeah, 5-2. Um, and he got one of those because my team captain sharked me. And when I brought it up, he said, "Well, hey, it's a bar. It's going to happen. Just get used to it." Well, no, I won't get used to being sharked, having a member of the team behind the shot moving around. But anyhow, so won the match, 5-2. Uh, Ended up 77% shot percentage. Again, shot percentage is that whole if the person thinks you're shooting, then it's a shot. If they think you're playing safe, it's a safe. Uh, I did get another 3 foul, so this is 2 out of 3 matches I 3 fouled somebody. Um, 8 safety attempts, 4 successful. That's probably pretty good, given that it's an 8 foot table. A lot of these safeties are going to be split the table uh, or put them in a position where they have a really tough shot that's going while you're maneuvering balls out of traffic. So yep, so 50%. I'm kind of happy with that. My break percentage went up. So I had 4 breaks, which is a little unusual. He fouled on a break, and on that rack, I wasn't sure of the rules, so I just broke the rack that he had racked. It turns out I could have re-racked. The rack had gaps all over it, and it ended up being a slug rack. Um, the I should have asked the rule, and I should have re-racked before breaking that. But anyhow, so yeah, so I did foul a couple of times. He played some pretty good safeties. Um, Overall, did pretty good. Not happy with the shot percentage. Um, I think I could have done. I think I should have been back up in the 90s again. But that said, I can live with it. Slightly over 1 miss per game. I need to bring that down. I need to bring that way down. All right, so a little 9 ball practice. Now, when I'm practicing, I break, and then I will, if I have a good shot on the 1 or the 2 or whatever the ball is, I'll go ahead and shoot it from there, and those are how you get the break and runs that you see. When I don't have a good shot on it, like this one, I will take ball in hand. So this one I have a shot on the top right corner. It's got a pretty good chance of scratching, so I'm just going to take ball in hand. Now in this rack, the only real problem is the 6 ball. To get from the 5 to the 6, I need to either be, I really want to be kind of straight in on the 5 so I can just draw it back a few inches and have the shot on the 6. So 2 ball, I don't force it, I go forward. Now, I did not get enough angle. I thought I'd have a little bit more, so I'm going to stay on this side of the 8. I'm going to draw and just take, except that I'm going to have to go 2 rails to the 6. And when I hit this, I put too much left English on it. And as a result, I end up below the 6. I've got the 6 in the side, But that's not the shot I wanted. I wanted the 6 in the corner. I bumped the 9 to try to move it out of the way. I know I'm going to run into it. There's just no way to avoid that. And it doesn't get out of the way. I'm going to have to jump over a full ball. Normally, if I'm only jumping over a part, I'll use my full cue. In this case, I have to jump the full 9 ball, and I have to use bottom right hand English to get the cue to come off the 8, off the bottom rail, off the left rail, and come up the line for the 9 in the corner. And so I use the jump cue. I'm not a fan of jump cues, but hey, I've got it. They're legal pretty much everywhere for 9 ball, so I might as well use it. Get the practice in with that jump shot. Okay, straight in on the 9, just going to pocket it. Alright, and as usual, we're just going to blast through the rack. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned it when I was going through the stats. I don't think I did. I moved up from a 7 to an 8 this week. 3 consecutive wins against a 6, a 9, and a 10. They moved me up from a 7 to an 8. Oh boy, robocalls. Gotta love those. Okay, again, not a good shot on the 1, so I'm going to take ball in hand. I'm going to put the 1 in the bottom left. I'm going to position for the 2 to draw back just a couple of inches to get past that 4 ball and get an angle on the 3. Get an angle on the 3 to get to the 4 ball. See me figuring out where I want to be. I really want to be just about straight in on this, so just a nice little easy draw, a couple inches. There it is. Actually went a little further than I wanted to, but I'm still right where I need to be. I just need to not be behind the 4. That's my only concern here. It's not being behind the 4. So I'm going to go ahead and go forward on it just to avoid that. This is a good angle on this 3. It's a little tougher shot, but it gives me a natural leave on the 4 just to pocket it in the side. Little bottom right hand English. Small angle on the 4 so I can just roll it in and get a leave on the 5. A little bit more angle than I wanted, so I used top inside English. Now I've mentioned that before. Top inside English at a narrow angle like that doesn't take effect until the second rail. So effectively you come off the first rail at about the same angle you would have, but when you hit the bottom rail it holds the cue ball up and it comes straight up the table from where it hits the bottom rail. It's a good shot to know. Okay, got a good shot here. Little bit of angle, enough angle to come off the rail and just out for the 9. And pocket the 9. And we'll speed through the rack again. So yeah, moving me up to an 8 functionally doesn't do anything, except it means that now if I'm playing a 9 or a 10, we don't have any 10s in my league. We do have 1 9, who was the guy that I beat in my first match, and we have 3 or 4 8s. I guess 4 now with me. We did have 2 other 9s in the league as well. Those 2 9s, they are 2 of them have left due to the pandemic. Okay, so here I'm going to want to get on the 2 where I can roll forward past the 7 to get on the 4. So I'm going to do this the easy way. If I have a choice between drawing or following a shot where I'm trying to get an angle, I prefer to follow. A lot of people prefer to draw. They feel like it's less movement, but it's really the same, and it's dealer's choice on those. So I've got my angle. Actually, I'm on the wrong side of the 2, so I'm going to roll to the short side of the 4 and shoot it up the table. I get a little straight in on this. Um, and if I'm going to miss, this is how I miss. Um, I did not roll forward far enough, so I'm over the 7 on a thin cut down the rail. And this is how my runs end when I uh, when I don't get out.